It's 37 minutes past. And that sort of comes into the warning that I think is coming for Jacksonville, Florida, in the USA. It's a warning to do with a hurricane. And the name of the hurricane is Gabriel. The warning? You don't usually get a warning. So if there is a warning, I would listen. I would take it seriously. At the moment, I'm just saying there might be a warning. It might be going to happen. 58. Do you know what word has a value of 58? Like if you add up the letters in the word, each letter according to its place in the alphabet. Steam. Steam. It's a song by Peter Gabriel. Steam. And in the same way, hope equals 44. Hope. It's the hope of Jake and Nathan. Why am I pointing here? Because Jake was 11, Nathan was 13. They are the boys I call the Storm Boys. It's their hope to send a warning to Jacksonville. To the people in Jacksonville, the innocent people, the nice people, whose lives are going to be utterly destroyed by this hurricane, this monster, this brutal, destructive Category 5 monster that's coming. Gabriel. Terrifying. Horrifying. Storm surge is the killer when it comes to hurricanes. This one is going to deliver a storm surge like no other in American history. And anyone who doesn't get out of the path of it is going to die. And the death toll is going to be staggering. Because the warnings for this cyclone, unfortunately, this cyclone's going to do something very unusual. I got a nasty feeling this is going to happen, regardless of whether the warning happens or not. I'm hoping. It's Jake's hope, it's Nathan's hope. There's going to be a warning. And the warning's going to come from something in America. Something in Wyoming. The steamboat geyser. It's been erupting a lot for the last couple of years. The next eruption will be number 64. Or it will be number 32. Depending what count you're looking at. It'll be the 32nd major eruption of 2019. And the 64th in the current active phase. So let's just have a little look at Steamboat Geyser. By the way, the Dark Tower equals 148. The Dark Tower. And Storm Boy equals 127. I was calling Jake the Storm Boy before I even knew about Nathan. 2117. Steamboat Geyser erupted 21 hours and 17 minutes ago. The sign, if it does happen, will be hard to ignore, because Steamboat Geyser has only ever gone off with an interval of 3 days or more, and it used to be 4 days or more. Logic tells me that this is about as short as an interval gets for Steamboat Geyser. About 3 days. 3 hours. I don't think it's sort of geared to go off any faster than that, if you know what I mean. It's not really geared to have an interval any shorter than this. This one was on 15th of June. It was at 1640. And the one after that was at 220. Pain equals 40. Pain. Evil is 48. Angel is 39. God is 26. God is 26. I said already steam is 58. Steam. So the last eruption came on the 12th of August at 23 minutes past 10 p.m. 22:23. Imagine if it had come at 22:22. That would have been even weirder. Or would it? What did I say? 37 minutes. Why 37 minutes? Is it actually 37 minutes? Yeah, it is. Because 37 minutes will bring us to the hour. Exactly to the hour. And the next eruption is going to happen right on the hour. On the stroke of 9 p.m. And it's coming soon. Much sooner than you would think. That's what I'm thinking. If it does happen, it's a warning. And you know then. You know this is fair income. If this happens, then you know. You know. I know and you know. And if you're a person in Jacksonville, well, you'd understandably start to get a bit worried. 2 days, 22 hours, and 37 minutes. 22 is the most powerful number in numerology. It's the date when Jake died. And Hurricane Hugo came on the 22nd, on a Friday, the 22nd of September, exactly a month before Jake was murdered. 2 22s are 44. It's 44 past 11. Jake was 11 years old. Hope equals 44. Another word that equals 44 is fuel. Fuel for a hurricane is the warm ocean. Fuel for the steamboat is magma coming up from under the ground. So something quirky happens, something unusual, slightly unusual happens underneath the steamboat, and it generates this abnormally rapid fire eruption coming so soon after the previous one. If it does happen, if this does happen, well, you know and I know. It's not just a coincidence. If this does happen, then I guess it's going to save a lot of people's lives. Sadist equals 72, Cain is 23. A sadist Cain is coming. A sadist Cain named Gabriel. A category 5 Cain. Cain, 23. It's the value of Cain. 21:22. 21 hours, 22 minutes since Steamboat Geyser last erupted. Nathan Breeze equals 119. Pain equals 40. And I was just saying, hope and fuel equal 44. Hope and fuel. And we've got 145 repeating here, 14.5 in Adelaide and Perth. On a happier note, I'm happy to say that Canberra's weather is improving in the short term before it goes back to cold. Because it's been really cold here. Weather in Australia is dry, we're in drought. Daniel, 45. Daniel was the name of the guy who killed Jake. Jake's killer was named Daniel. So the killer Daniel is 145, because the killer equals 100. Daniel is 45, so Daniel the killer is 145. And Daniel is the evil twin in Red Rain by R.L. Stein. Don't hold this against me. Phil also equals 45, it's the value of my name. 4 plus 5 is 9. A 9 km per hour wind in Canberra. And in Melbourne. So, I have a look at rain. I wanted to go and look at where there's rain. I think the only place there's something happening is around Perth. Perth in Western Australia. There we go. They've got a bit of rain happening. The last image here is from 1:36 Universal Time Coordinated, 14th of August 2019. Which is 9:36 Western Standard Time. 14th of the 8th. 14:8, 148. The Dark Tower equals 148. It's a story, 7 volumes, by Stephen King. the Dark Tower. Blaine is a pain, and that is the truth. I used to talk about the Dark Tower storm. What is the Dark Tower storm? For Nathan, it was a firestorm. Nathan and Crystal, it was a firestorm. This is an ocean storm. It's violent. It's destructive. It's going to kill with water instead of fire. 2 days, 22 hours, 37 minutes. Hell equals 37. So the interval, that's the interval. The 222 is coming after a 223. That would be really weird if it was to happen. And if it does happen on Thursday being tomorrow, because today is Wednesday, and I've got to go in a second, but 22 days later it'll be the 6th of September. 6-9, Red Rain. It's a song by Peter Gabriel. It's also a novel by R.L. Stein with the identical twins, Daniel and Samuel, and it reflects Steamboat 96. 16 hours difference between Wyoming and Australia. So this 9 p.m. eruption, the time will be 1 p.m. in Australia on Friday, the 16th of September, of August. It's not September yet, August. And that fits with the message. We can catch up next Thursday at 1 p.m. William's message. 1300 hours on Thursday, 5th of September. And if you add 16 hours to that, well, then it would be 5 p.m. So I'm thinking maybe there's a connection there, like a reflection in relation to the hurricane or something. Maybe, I don't know. Kinky is 70. It's 70 hours. You see? 70 hours is 2 days and 22 hours. That is 70 hours. Kinky, secret, zombie, shadow. Bad date is 37. Bad deep, bulb, place. Like hell, called Hades. Okay, so 70 hours and 37 minutes is the interval. If this happens, you'll know. You'll know it's fair income. It's a real warning. Hiago Salza, my favorite YouTuber, his name has the same value, 138. The same value as Yiming Yuan. And Nathan Breeze, Fireboy Nathan, my Steam Boy, my boy Nathan. Red Rain Message, Dark Singapore, Red Rain of Blood, Jake's Horror, Killer Gabriel. Judgment and torture, and then the denial of torture by sadists who are not honest people. A reflection in a hurricane, a reflection of the horror, the violence, the agony, the fear and the terror. That's what she is. The Killer Fire, Black Saturday. The Dark Tower Storm of Nathan and Crystal. A reflection, see? Bushfire victims, Nathan and Crystal. Breeze. Take a deep breath. The bushfire agony. The hot killer pain. Strong, brave lady. Strong, brave boy. I am in Kinglake West. Blaine, the killer pain. Transformation. Bad boy, conversion. Jacob's transformed fire of Jacob's trauma. Energy of Jacob's fire. See, this is the gift of Jake and Nathan. To take the pain of trauma and change it. And then from that change, there is a gift of prophecy that is coming through now. Bad boy was exciting, hot sexual penance, exciting bad twins. The hot fetish pain, exciting, hot bad boy. Lorenzo gets off on a spanking train. Jacob's riding on Blaine. Bad horny steamboat. Boy Jacob erupting hot sexual steam. Steam train, 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Yiming Yuan, 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time of Gabriel on August 15. Hurricane warning. Bad Category 5 pain. Cyclone prophecy. Strong evil lady. Jacksonville to face Gabriel. She's coming. Gabriel, the painful hurricane of Florida and Georgia. 18 times 3, 54. Love, Gabriel. Code red. So 18 times 3 is the value of Gabriel, the angel, the archangel. Gabriel, there's something wrong with Gabriel. The time in Jacksonville, Florida will be around about 1500 hours. Tuesday, 5th of September, 2019, when Major Hurricane Gabriel makes her dreaded landfall. Maybe. It's a thought. The time in King Lake West will be 1300 hours on Friday, 6th of September, 2019. It's the date that symbolizes red rain. So maybe it's a thought. Irma, at her peak fury. She was nowhere near the coast of the United States. Gabriel, unfortunately, is going to do her rapid intensification at the last minute. A terror to behold, she will deliver a mighty blow. And her deadly storm surge will rush in far beyond the defences of the hapless town. Yet her terrifying and excruciating onslaught will only have just begun. The next blow in her merciless rampage of extreme torture will be gathering as the monster draws its breath. And here comes that dreaded sound again. The water will rise like the agony of the convicted drug trafficker in Singapore, held in place for his torture. Excruciating, powerful blows bringing pain far in excess of what any honest human would describe as mere punishment. And the sea will turn blood red. Gabriel's helpless victims will be held in place like Yiming Yuan, utterly terrified out of their mind, unable to escape from the next excruciating blow of sickening violence. They will look into her bright blue eyes, and they will shudder with dread. Her ability to inflict pain is truly terrifying. She claimed the moral authority to judge her victims, as the judge in Singapore claimed the authority to judge Yiming Yuan as Satan, the bad brat deserving of an extreme Category 5 caning. But I know you, Gabriel. I know what you are. You're a bloodthirsty sadist of the dishonest, closeted, shadowy, and sinister kind. You're the cruel destroyer of all that is beautiful and lovely in this world. The doomed steamboat of the cruel Atlantic departed from New York City. And nobody on board had any idea what was about to happen. There was no warning. Yes, steamboat has the same value as Jack Chambers. It was a steam train in a kid's book that alerted Jack Chambers. to the existence of Blaine, the pain. Blaine is a pain, and that is the truth. He wrote it in his English essay, actually. He didn't remember writing it, but he had written it. My full name, Philip Andrew Kelly, equals 212. Nathan David Breeze equals 159. The Dark Tower, 148. Evil is 48. She's evil. And she's coming. And I'm hoping, I'm praying, there's going to be a warning sign for Jacksonville, so the people don't have to die. They can get out of her way. Steam is 58. It's 11:58. I've got to go because I've got an appointment I've got to go to. Somewhere I've got to be. 21 hours, 35 minutes. Sometimes, people's lives are saved simply because they have to be somewhere else. Not because they thought, oh, well, this is going to be a monster, and so let's get out of here because we don't want to die. They just happened to be somewhere else at the time. This is going to be like that. The lucky ones will be the ones that just happen to be out of town. Unless there's a sign, a clear sign, a strong sign, strong enough that people can see it and go, you know what, I'm not taking a chance with this one. This is too scary. Oh yeah, it's scary. Ask Yi Ming Yuan. Ask Yi Ming Yuan, is it advisable to get out of the path of a Category 5 cane? And I think the answer you'll get from Yi Ming Yuan is yes. It is highly advisable, if you can, to get out of its path. If you can, if you're not strapped to a trestle by sadistic monsters who have decided to torture you, then yes, it's advisable, it's strongly advisable to get out of the way. Gabriel, 54, is also the value of love. 21 hours and 36 minutes. So if it's 2 days, 22 hours and 37 minutes, which is coming up, the 37's coming up. I didn't plan that, but that's how it is. I said it's going to be right on the hour, right? Well, it is right on the hour. So that's why it's just ticked over to 37 minutes. You see? It is right on the hour in Jacksonville, Florida. It's 10 p.m. at night, Tuesday, 13th of August, 2019. So is the steamboat going to warn you? I hope so. I really do.